physical pads are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Welcome to the Blitz, my lord. Darth Decimus told me you'd be gracing us with your presence. What we've got here is a clean-up operation. Factories were moving massive amounts of supplies to rebels across Corellia. Bomber brigades came in. We rained fire on their heads, ripped the factories apart. We just need to beat down the rebels hiding out inside.
Why the hesitation?
My boys are in the field, but the enemy's tearing them apart. Now that you're here, we can revise our attack. We're getting intel from an inside source. Unfortunately, his dalliances with the local women make him perpetually late.
Manners, Major Tradick. We all have our vices. I'm sorry we haven't met. I'm Darbin Sul, Corellia's top counselor, friend to the Empire. I hope the Major hasn't dirtied my reputation.
I hear you're feeding us intel on the rebels.
I have friends, no, acquaintances in the Resistance. I pretend I'm sympathetic to their fight, and they tell me things like who's supplying them. Certain factories were churning out military-grade munitions, battle droids, you name it. All donated right to the Resistance across the core worlds.
That's why we bombed those factories into an inferno.
Not quite the subtle approach I hoped for. The bombardment trapped the rebels in the burning wreckage. Now they're angry, desperate, and sitting on the largest weapons stockpile in the core. If the rebels get those weapons functional, we may as well abandon Corellia.
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Those Corellians fight dirty. Whatever munitions they've got have downed every squad sent their way.
You'll do better. Just wipe out their weaponry. If I know my people, they'll bow to the Empire once their hope is crushed.
Not bad, but not enough. Now everyone sees your weakness. You've saved your fleet, but you've let the enemy slip from your grasp.
My lord, the refinery is ours. The fleet is refueling as we speak.
As soon as it's done refueling, I want it in position and ready to deploy.
With pleasure, my lord. We've located Thanaton's main base of operations on Corellia. An old Republic command center inside the Museum of Corellian Industry. All of his resources are centered on that base. And better still, few people know that it no longer belongs to the Republic.
We must obliterate Thanaton's base. Get the fleet ready.
The fleet has more than enough firepower to do the job. But unfortunately, the base is shielded from within against orbital attacks. If I know Thanaton, the place is just as heavily guarded inside. To take out those shields, you'll want a strike force at your back.
Are you offering your men to help me?
I'm afraid I don't have a man to spare, and certainly none with the kind of training you'd need. You'd want field commandos. There's an Imperial Commando outpost outside the Coronet City Zoo. They should get you inside the base to destroy the shield generators. When the shields are down, the fleet will strike.
Rebel weapons shipments are stopped permanently. The resistance is broken.
Good show. See what a little elbow grease can do, Major?
Can it, Darbin? Darth Decimus will want to hear this.
Major, Counselor, and my good friend. What news on the rebel supplies?
Destroyed, my lord. The resistance in Labor Valley is defeated.
That's not entirely accurate. Their weapons are in flames, but the rebellion here is still kicking.
I'm aware of their persistence, Counselor. Intelligence monitored the rebels' retreat. They slithered into the tunnels beneath Coronet City, like the worms they are.
Hunting the rebels will be simple. I'll just follow the stink of their fear.
It won't be long till they muster courage, my lord. Those tunnels are Solonian territory.
If those furry aliens are part of the resistance, we'll blast them off Corellia.
Patience, Major. The Solonians are fierce warriors, Those tunnels are their nest. Your men wouldn't survive 5 minutes.
You don't know the half of it. I've seen holos of a gang that attacked the tunnels, clawed to pieces.
I don't have a weak stomach.
That's why you're the hotshot and I'm the public servant.
The rebels are down there collaborating with the Salonians. They're following the orders of Myrtle, a vicious warrior, and the Salonians' den mother. Her tunnels are the rebels' lifeline, moving troops and supplies beneath Coronet City. Take Myrtle's lair, and we'll fracture the rebellion.
The Salonian tunnels will soon belong to the Empire.
Storm the Salonian Warren and deal with them. Once you're in, Imperial forces will cut off their escape. As for you, Darwin, I require your unique perspective elsewhere. Take the first rocket tram to Axial Park. Wait my orders.
Right away, my lord. Corellia's Prime Minister-to-be is happy to serve.
Domesticate the Salonians or kill them. May the Darkside guide you.
Okay.
I've heard much of the Salonians' fearsome leader. I'll rest when Corellia serves the Empire.
uglap am benki sup exatsans.
Corellia is under new management, Myrtle. Impressive work, my lord. These rebels were foolish to fight a Sith of your power. I am General Heska, Imperial Guard. Darth Decimus sent us to assist.
Awfully convenient for you to show up the second Myrtle's down.
The fleeing rebels slowed us. I had to cut through the tide to reach you. We flanked the den and caved in the tunnels behind us. The rebels' transportation network is crushed. As for the Solonians, Darth Decimus leaves their fate in your hands.
As naiwa at kinlaksar ekoan.
We'll kill every last Solonian on Corellia, starting with you.
I will convey your orders. No Solonian will be spared. Finally, we can focus on our fight with the Republic. Corellia's once pristine axial park is now a war zone. The Republic's desperately fighting to regain control. Darth Decimus hopes you'll lead our offensive. We collapsed the tunnels leading out, so you must take a rocket tram to Axial Park. Meet me in our garrison. We'll crush them. You honor me again, my lord. Welcome to Axial Park. Our battle needs your presence and your lightsaber. This used to be the most beautiful parkland in all Republic space. Of course, our fights changed the landscape considerably. Darth Decimus will brief you on the specifics.
Impressive work choking off the Solonians. This fight, however, will demand the full scope of your passion, strength, and power. The Republic is going all out to hold Axial Park. They know that control over Corellia hangs in the balance. The park's crawling with shock troops, battle droids, and special forces, all led by one very dangerous Jedi. We've never faced such a massive Republic deployment.
How is the Empire retaliating?
We've blocked off side streets, forcing the Republic into open warfare. On the ground, we have artillery, special ops, walkers, every ingredient for victory.
But this battle demands more. Corellia won't be ours while the rebels still stand. We must crush their army here, break the Republic, and take Axial Park. Then we're primed to strike at the rebellion's heart.
I've been looking for a reason to cause some chaos.
Excellent. But you'll have more than Imperial forces nipping at your heels. You remember the corrupt Corellian Councillor, Darbin Sal.
Are these restraints really necessary?
Darbin is now your prisoner. He will join your foray into Axial Park, and you will deliver him to the Republic.
Hear that, Darbin? We're marching into battle. I hope you're ready.
Just don't move too fast. These bindings are giving me blisters.
As tempting as it is, don't kill him. We need Darbin to help us infiltrate the Republic. Take him into battle as your captive, then lose him. Darbin should remember the rest.
Like my mother's face. I charm my way into the Republic. Once you win Axial Park, I help bring them down from the inside.
Precisely. Unleash Darbin, conquer Axial Park, and you'll plant the seed for our final victory. Hold nothing back.
Look at Darbin. The fresh face, cheerful spirit. Not damaged enough to be an Imperial prisoner.
Hold still, Darbin. I wouldn't want to blind you.
You can't be serious.
Much better. When the Republic questions your loyalty, show them your bruises. You deliver this rodent, and I'll direct your strikes against the Republic army itself.
Well, that was exhilarating. I've never fired one of these things before. Maybe I'll get some practice in on my way to the Republic.
Why do I still hear your voice?
Point taken. I'm good to go. Farewell. When this is over and I'm Prime Minister, I won't forget you.
General, Darwin's armed and ready.
Finally, now to the battle at hand. Our gun batteries are under assault. Drive off the Republic forces. Once the guns are safe, I'll have additional intel and orders.
Falling behind our lines. Stomp them out. Time to hit back. Fight your way into Coronet Zoo. Destroy the Republic's artillery.
Excellent work.
The Republic's moving to flank us. Cut them down. Launching a major assault. Kill the commandos leading it, then grab their emergency flares so they can't call in backup.
Good work. Now let's use their signals against them. Get close to the Republic warpers and set off the flares. Our squadrons will spy the signal and blow the...
Are you okay?
I've received a distress signal. Our outpost is under attack. Hurry and assist.
By order of you. That looks like it hurt.
Contact Lieutenant Robot in our outpost.
Thank goodness it's you, my lord. It's madness. Artillery blasts, Republic troops everywhere. I thought we were finished.
Control your fear, Lieutenant, or I'll control it for you.
Understood, my lord. General Hesker, he awaits an audience with you.
Good work out there. Darwin's met his rebel contact. Axial parks covered with Republic casualties. But they're not retreating yet. The rebels are massing at the Sith War Memorial Garden. A pit honoring Jedi scum who fell to our first invasion 300 years ago. Naturally, that's where the Republic base lies. Guarded by battle droids, Jedi, and a battalion of their best shock troops. You name the weapon, they have aimed it our way.
Someone's responsible for this mess. We must enslave him to our will.
There is such a man, my lord, but he won't break easily. Lieutenant, his profile?
Yes, sir. Master Corrin Tok, a Zabrak Jedi Knight, Republic war hero, and veteran of the sacking of Coruscant.
One of the few survivors. Many Sith fell to his lightsaber that day. He earned himself a pretty little reputation. Survivors claimed he was invincible. Blaster bolts splashing off skin,
lightsabers failing in his presence. I say it's that special armor under his robes. Since then, Master Corin Tok has aged into a hardened warhorse. His myth has grown, and he stands between us and control of Axial Park.
A Sith fears no one.
Glad to hear it. Lieutenant, order your men to strike the Memorial Garden. Hit every monument. Erase all signs of the Republic's past victory. I need you to spearhead the attack. Storm the Republic base and bury the Jedi Master. We take Axial Park now!
There you are. I was afraid I wouldn't reach you in time. The Republic didn't buy my story. They accused me of being an Imperial agent, so I tossed them something extra. I mentioned your assault on the Memorial Garden. The Republic ate it up. They took me in, then sent a strike team your way.
I should have known Corellia's esteemed counselor would betray me.
It's not like that. Telling them was the only way the Republic would buy my story. That's my cue to go. I'm sure you'll pull through just fine.
So, you're responsible for the Empire's sudden victories. I'm surprised you'd have the courage to face me. You know I can't be killed. Blasters, grenades, even lightsabers. No effect. I've defended the Republic for decades without a scratch. Some even call me the Sith Butcher. Not to my taste, but accurate enough.
Words won't mask your fear. I can smell it wafting out of every pore.
Overconfident. Like Darth Malak, who the men and women here died to defeat. This garden honors champions of the Jedi Civil War. Heroes. Revan, Bastila Shan, and my ancestors. Zabrak, who fought to save the galaxy. I follow in their great tradition. When I strike you down, the Empire loses its only hope of taking Corellia.
Killing you will be such fun.
Corellia! Funny. I'd almost forgotten what pain felt like. Surely I'm trophy enough for you today. The wounded here are barely clinging to life. Just go. Leave them in peace.
They chose their fate the second they joined Corellia's resistance.
Code red. All patient life signs critical. 73% of patients deceased. 86%. All patients deceased.
You monster.